Auto stocks have been doing well, so let's get into an auto conversation. M&M has launched two new SUVs, Mahindra Bolero and Bolero Neo, which get refreshed with updated features. Rachna Dhanrajani caught up with Nalinikanth Gollagunta, who's the CEO Auto at M&M, and began by asking him about the new Boleros and the expectations from the festive season. Listen.
Both these products are much loved in the segments we serve in, whether it's the rural or the semi-urban. And what we have really done is we have tried to preserve the goodness of what the product, which is a core SUV body-on-frame vehicle, yet listen to customer feedback on some of the creature comforts they wanted, infotainment and tech as well. So what you see is a refinement on what is already a very, very attractive value proposition. And now we've made it a lot more attractive with not just the features we put out there, but also with the pricing.
Right. We're at a very interesting time of the year. We just got done with Navratri, and looking ahead, there's Dhanteras, Diwali coming in. How is your Navratri?
No, it's looking great. On October 1st, we talked about the fact that our dealers themselves were seeing significant walk-ins as well. So retail dealer reported retails are up 60% on SUVs, and so clearly a strong traction. Of course, some of it is the portfolio driven, but a lot of it is also because of GST 2.0 coming in as well. So we are looking forward to a strong festive season.
Right. While GST was a massive reason to cheer with people looking to buy new cars, but there's also currency fluctuation that we're seeing, and in the global markets where raw material prices are going up. So though you were quick to pass on the GST benefits, will there be hikes passed on too in the coming year?
So it's hard to speculate how the commodity costs will play out. At this point in time, our intent was to ensure that the government, when they put out the policy, what was the aim behind it, and we made sure that we're passing on those benefits to customers. And as the environment changes or macro changes, we can go back and take a look at it. But at this point in time, we are excited to pass on the GST benefits.
Right. With a multi-segment, so many product launches, what exactly are we trying to do to sort of curtail competition and close down the competitive gap?
Yeah, so we are always focused on what we can provide as choices to customers. We have a portfolio which straddles all the way from a very rural market all the way to a highly sophisticated product like an XEV90 to that extent. So we believe in providing choices to customer in powertrain, in terms of form factor as well, and the rest of it is for the customers to decide.
Right. But given how the demand for EV has been, what has been your take on the rise of electric vehicles, and what other pockets of opportunity do you see in the coming future in terms of tech, in terms of hybrid?
Yeah, so EV is clearly an area we're focusing on as a company. It's an end state we believe the industry will always go towards. And from that perspective, even if you see the August-September numbers, it's very clear that there continues to be momentum in that space. In fact, if you look at Vahan registrations for September, it crossed 14,000 for the first time on EVs. So we believe the product itself has gained mainstream acceptance. And with our launch coming up in November, end of November, we believe that we'll be adding to our portfolio to drive that mainstreaming of EVs.
Right. But is CNG something that you see as a strategic launch to get into the market, to tap into like more pockets that you see of growth?
Yeah, so different powertrains and fuel options are something we always consider at any point in time. But we want to make sure that whatever we put out as a product also matches what customers have as expectations on a vehicle. So at this point in time, CNG may not meet up to our power on tap requirement. We have powerful engines that we put out there to that extent. But as technology evolves, of course, it's one of the considerations that we'll have.
Right. Also, do tell us what, since Navratri was quite pleasant, what is your expectation for Diwali and for the rest of the year that's left?
So we are hoping that the footfalls and the inquiries that we have been seeing so far, beginning of the festive, will continue and will convert into more bookings and retail ultimately, and so we're quite optimistic for the overall festive season.
Right. In terms of segment, lastly, I want to understand with you just how we see with GST 2.0, we see other companies becoming more cheaper for entry-level cars. Do you see some demand consolidation happening in certain segments?
Yeah, very early to say if there's going to be a dominant trend, but there's a few trends we're seeing. We're seeing with the entry-level SUVs becoming more accessible, the folks who are jumping straight to SUVs are not necessarily buying a hatchback, so we see some of that. We're also seeing customers buying a higher variant because the budget remains the same for them. So they are looking at it and saying that, can I buy a higher end variant with the same budget to the extent? So we're seeing some of that as well. Some of them actually trading up in terms of models within the SUV portfolio, within our portfolio as well. So we are seeing all these different trends. We'll have to see which of these dominates, but it's early to say.